of technical difficulties just before I could get to the hi, everybody. Anyway, here we are. My name is Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food with Keto Under 20. And who in the audience just said, that's because you're an old lady and you don't know? You're probably right. Anyway, here we are. September is drawing to a close. What? How did this happen? The nicest month of the year took a burp to get through, and it's gone. But here we are. Anyway, I was just listening to a Keto Mad / Mike video, and he always gets me thinking, and I usually have to listen to his kind of serious intellectual videos a couple of times because I know the value of his videos. If you've never listened to Keto Mad Mike, he is one that chooses every single word he says with such as if it's the most important word in the sentence, and there could be 10 words in the sentence, but each word that he chooses is always so important. Each video that he makes, he's a copious note taker. I know that he thinks about these things. I'm sure his brain is on go when he sleeps, but he's always got something very, very provocative in his mind. I will sit here and talk about the simplest of things. I will talk about feelings in relationship to your food, which is not a simple thing by any means, but you would understand if I said to you, hangry, hungry, lonely, tired, exhausted, overwhelmed, and Mike will use some sort of way to weave you into what he's saying. And then the comments alone are so provocative as well. So he teaches me along with his students, also known as subbies, and we share some of the same. But this particular video, he gave us the answer before he launched into the parable, and it was great. And what he said was pretty much, if you're not having grains, sugars, and seed oils, you're a member of my team. And isn't that justly so? Isn't that the way that I also look at my subbies and friends and community here on my channel? Yes, if you're not doing grains, sugars, and seed oils, of course, you know me long enough because when these hands go up, I'm listing the 5 things that I always suggest you don't partake in. Grains and sugars, yes. Artificial sweeteners, diet soda, and fruits. So we differ a little bit on that. And I know people have fruits in season, and that's fine. I buy Greg the best of the berries, but I'm not pulled to them as I put together his little berry, his berries on top of his cottage cheese, sort of in his spread of foods. I'm not pulled to it. So if I'm not pulled to it, I'm not going to have it. We all have different struggles, but in those different struggles, we all learn how to respect each other with the struggles, because it doesn't really matter what you struggle over. You could struggle over a Pinterest recipe. You could struggle over what goes on at a food event. You could struggle about your significant other sitting across from you eating one of your favorite binge foods, and you haven't gotten the fine art of squinting down. We all have our struggles, but that also is part of the team, because even though I might not struggle over what you struggle over, we certainly understand the feelings surrounding it. So although my take is always a little bit different than Mike's, I love how it dovetails like a good bureau from a good manufacturer, that dovetail thing with the part of the bureau that goes out, and then the rest of the drawer. You can tell good quality carpentry. And so we may differ on how we get there, but the end result is still the same. We talk to our community about our struggles, our victories, our successes, our easy peasy parts, and we all identify in some way. Your easy peasy could be my, oh, God, I can't even listen to this. It's so fill in the blank, triggering, setting up a craving, makes me crazy, whatever. But a struggle is a struggle, and our own personal struggles are interesting. And a couple of the things that he was talking about were actually, it was one of his contributors who was TD, Teedee. And I can't believe she says she's 60. Her picture is adorable. And so she's also a subby of mine and comments frequently, and I like that. And I think she's a carnivore. Let us know below if you are or aren't TD. But she was talking about what, and the way that she said it was exactly like how I feel. The more that we eliminate from our food plan, the simpler we let our food plan get. And if you're a meat and water person, without even the salt, then you are a wicked, you've done some wicked eliminating. I happen to be a keto. My head is thinking carnivore. My food plan has some, carbs left in it, very low. And so I appreciate what she's saying, because everything that I've eliminated, when I eliminated my big A salad of 150 to 200 grams of different lettuces, my body felt instant relief. And even though the humidity is still 99% and the heat index is up in that oppressive level, I feel less bloated, that uncomfortable feeling now because of eliminating all those lettuces. And I didn't realize that I was so sensitive to them until my stomach gave me the knock, knock, knock. Guess what? Opportunity awaits you. Giving up something else, cutting back down. So now I'm at a 60-gram cap for my lettuce carbs. And so it makes for a low carb, very low carb, lower than my very low was before. And it just works for me. It's not for everybody. And I got a couple of little smackdown, like, how could you, how dare you? And it's kind of funny because that's how I've kind of felt when people have gone to the carnivore side from the keto side. But like TD said, the more you give up, the more sensitive you become to things, different food items that you heretofore, love that little phrase, didn't know that you were really sensitive to, that maybe it inflamed you, maybe it upset your gut biome. We're all different. And Dr. Eid is also pretty good about this. And she, I guess, according to Mike, had an article that she wrote about nightshades and the differences of them and how they bother people. And then the histamine in aged meat. Who knew? So when you're going to Whole Foods and you're spending $35 for that aged steak, yeah, beware, you could have a reaction. I don't even know. It just, it's like the zipper comes down on another whole part of discovering things about yourself. And it's pretty exciting. I mean, I don't know if I'm allergic or histamines bother me, but I'm going to do some research on it, and I'm going to go back and read Dr. Ead's paper on that and see. And some people have absolutely no reaction. Like Greg, can eat just about anything he wants. His tastes have changed. His addiction to sugar is lessened a little bit. He still enjoys his full sugar sodas, but he's not eating an entire pie every night like he was before, and getting away with it, I might add. So it's just all interesting. Well, I'm going to show you a typical day, and somebody was talking to me about my fats being at around 90 because I said that. Well, I guess I was lying, because my fats really aren't around 90. I've upped my protein like by 10 grams to 20 grams a day. That's included in the cottage cheese or the Fage yogurt that I have. So this particular day, right now, today, these are my macros, and I will explain why they are what they are. My calories are 1,364. My protein, as you can see, is 66.4. That's about 20 more than usual for me. My carbs total, never net, are 6.1, and my fats are 122. And so in those macros, is my one meal a day that I eat at around 3. And yesterday it was 60 grams of romaine lettuce from Whole Foods. They did not have my baby butter. Nobody has. I have done the Cape Cod search. And 2 ounces of Fage full-fat yogurt, 2 tablespoons of the oil, 1 EVU and 1 macadamia nut oil, and 10 grams of crumbled up bacon on that. And then it was accompanied with a pork chop, one of those from Whole Foods that is, all the different things that they do in the raising of it, the care and feeding and slaughtering that they do of their pork products. And it was part of Prime. And so I got $2 off a pound. So instead of paying the $4.99 for the pork chop, I was paying $2.99. Well, that's great for all the things that they do surrounding the meat that they provide. And then 1 tablespoon of organic Smucker's peanut butter. And the ingredients are peanut butter and salt. And I love that. And that reached me to that 1,364 with the nice macros and the carbs at 6.1. And if I didn't have the Fage yogurt, it probably would have been at 4. And then the peanut butter too. So it probably would have been like at 3 or so. So that's how I'm rolling with that. And it just works. But the journey is always a discovery. And there's keto people that still have a lot of keto garbage and, surrounding things. It's not on their plate, but they might be washing it down with a diet soda. They might be putting artificial sweeteners into their coffees that they have. And they still could be having more veggies than me, more lettuces than me, more total carbs than me. And it's working for them. But I think that if you begin to eliminate foods and really simplify what you're having, you may be as surprised as I am and TD and other people that have done this become. And when you listen to Michaela Peterson reintroduce some foods after going carnivore for a while and reintroducing foods, sometimes you can slide a food in and it's a neutral in your body. There's no reaction. And so you can keep that. And other times it's like, whoa, Nelly, what the heck happened here? I didn't ever have a problem with that. People always are cautioning about, it was funny, I was reading somebody's comments on their Facebook page, and they were talking about giving up heavy cream, and they became unstalled in their weight loss. And then somebody else said, yes, it's diet sodas for me. And then the next person said, I love my heavy whipping cream, so I guess I'm going to stay stalled because I don't want to give it up. That's me. I have 50 grams of heavy whipping cream. I buy the organic, non-carrageenan heavy whipping cream. It is, it's Stonyfield. No, Organic Valley. And although it has a couple of ingredients in it, it's at Market Basket, and it's usually half the price of regular grocery stores or Whole Foods, unless Whole Foods has a sale. And when they have a sale, it's worth it. So if you've done your Prime card with your hookup to Whole Foods, I saved. I was very surprised, and so I was delighted. And their yellow marked items are 10% off if you use your Prime card, and then you get your 5% back on your Prime. It's all win-win. So you can shop the best of the best and still save some dollars. And we always want to save dollars, right? So thank you so much for watching. This has just been more awarenesses, more discussion about, more sharing what I'm up to. I'm always curious about what you're up to. And if you noticed a sensitivity in your body and how you react to certain things after you've given some other things up, and suddenly what worked before, you never noticed before, suddenly there's a sensitivity. Very fascinating to me. I love the human body, and I want to never stop learning either. So this has been Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom in Food with Keto. And if you're working with me, it's always under 20 total carbs. And if you're new to the program, make sure you don't do the things that you've heard me on other videos say. You want to keep your food plan as pure as you possibly can. Good keto, recognizable, wholesome foods. And tracking is always a good suggestion if you have less than 6 months. Don't be cavalier and think that you can follow what some 265-pound muscle-bound Hulk has every day, and you should be a 145-pound 60-year-old woman. There's some things that might be different. I don't know, just saying. So I will see you the next time. If you need that one-on-one, KetoCoachingSarah.com, KetoCoachingSarah.com. I have some email and 30-day emails of connected with your chronometer, and also phone call packages, or both at the same time. I will see you the next time. Thank you so much for watching. I love keto, and I certainly love my keto community. Thank you. Bye-bye for now.